chick again, and like I said, filming multiple videos today because I have time. I said that in the April TBR part 2. This is May TBR part 1? Part only? I don't know. I've already started several of these. I just need to finish them. And some of these I mentioned in my April TBR. I'm kind of doing like looser TBRs. I know that's the trend right now, so you're probably all like, everyone's doing that. Like, but it just keeps happening. So like, I just keep like not finishing my TBRs. So I'm just gonna like, I want to read these. I've started several of them. I intend to finish them. Am I gonna finish them all in May? I don't know. We'll try. We'll do our best. I have a lot of time on my hands right now, so hopefully that can be a thing. These are in no certain order. Like I said, I've started a whole bunch of these. I just need to finish them. I have a problem. I'm too chaotic. So we're just gonna start on the top, and that is with Crooked Kingdom. This is part of the like duology, like the prequel series of the Shadow and Bone series by Leigh Bardugo. This follows Kaz, Inej, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, Kaz, Inej, Wylan, Jesper, Nina, and Mateus, and follows all of them. And basically there's another heist. If you're not aware, a very important character in Six of Crows and this book was kidnapped at the end of Six of Crows, and now they are trying to get that person back. So obviously they need to do, and there's a ransom, so like obviously they need to raise a lot of money so they can pay said ransom and get that person back. I'm not saying who because it will give away both books. So I'm not gonna say who. I'm gonna do my best. But it's one of my favorite characters, and I was very upset about it. I was also afraid that we weren't gonna have any like chapters following this person's point of view, and I was like, please do, because they're kind of my favorite. But I was pleased to find out. I was reading this yesterday, and there actually is there are several from their point of view. But it's really, really good. So basically they're committing several heists in order to get that person back and raise the money. They're actually like trying to double cross the double crosser that said they were going to give them a bunch of money for the heist in Six of Crows, where they rescued Bo, who is the son of the creator of like this terrible drug that if it's given to any of the Grisha, which is what they call the people with abilities in this universe, if you give this drug to any Grisha, basically it heightens their abilities so much that they can now do things that people in their like specific groups cannot normally do. So like Nina is one of the characters in both series actually, and she has the ability to like make people feel different things. Like she can slow your heart rate down so that you feel calmer. She can make you pass out. Like she can control your body basically. But on this drug, she is able to do so much more, like a scary amount. And she just did something in this book that I was like, you're not supposed to be able to do that. And she's like, yeah, I'm not supposed to be able to do that. But she did. And like, I'm just really pleased with it so far. I like this book even more than I liked the last book. And like the whole series is like really, the only way that I can describe it is like dark, grimy, creepy. I liked that this author did not hold back. Like this is like fantasy with some super real world elements. Like I said, there's drugs that they're trying to like destroy, but they also need the antidote for Nina because she's like losing it. She's going through really bad withdrawals, but if she can get the antidote, then like things should be fine. So that's a dilemma that they're facing, which reminds me a lot of like some real world stuff that is like happening right now with like various drugs and opiates and things. Don't take this video down because I'm talking about this. They also talk about like human slavery, human trafficking, all of that kind of stuff, which is so important. And like, this is YA, so like it's up to you if you want your children to read this or not. I'm an adult, so I chose to read it myself. But I like that they didn't pull any punches. And like, I really think if I had teenagers, I would let them read this. I would make them read this because they didn't leave anything out. And like, yes, it is fantasy, so it has like some magic aspects and like some things that aren't true, but there's a lot of real world stuff in this. And like, people are constantly getting swindled, cheated, robbed. Like, it's just, I love it. Like, I love it so much. And I love that like the main characters are like morally gray. Like, they mean well mostly, but they're doing bad stuff. So it's like, okay, is that all right? Because there's a human life in the balance here, but they're willing to do whatever it takes to get that life back. So I love that. Like, I love that they're not just like good or bad. Like, they're, you know what I mean? But I'm really enjoying this. So I intend to finish this month. I figure if I read like one part a day, because it's divided into like parts of the book, you know, like this. So I figure if I read like a part a day, then I'll finish it pretty quickly. But like I said, I started several of these too, so don't know if that's gonna happen. Next book is Tales from the Hinterland. I'm already like 30 or so pages into this one. This is another Melissa Albert book. I'm obsessed now. If they write another book, certainly gonna buy it, because I've already read The Hazelwood and The Night Country, and now I have Tales from the Hinterland. If you're not aware, The Hazelwood and The Night Country are books that follow a girl Alice. Her name is Alice. Her name is Alice. And basically, like, the books, it's fantasy. It's YA fantasy, but it's another dark, grungy, creepy fantasy, and so are these. But the books specifically follow Alice, and basically in the first book, her mom is kidnapped and she has to figure out how to get her back. She's convinced that the Hinterland has come and taken her, or like things from the Hinterland have come and taken her, and so she has to go get her back. And she's convinced that her grandmother is behind it, even though her grandma is supposed to be dead. But basically her grandma went and messed with things she didn't understand, which you should never, ever do. But she did, and she wrote a book about it. This is supposed to be that book. It was supposed to be a collection of fairy tales. Those fairy tales are like briefly mentioned in The Hazelwood and The Night Country. I liked that they mentioned more of them in The Night Country, but basically this is the whole fairy tale book that Alice's grandmother Althea wrote, supposedly. And like, I wanted more from the start because I was like, I need to know what these are. Like, these are creepy. And like, they're really, really good. I also liked that they have illustrations, like especially at the beginnings of the story. So like, this is one of the illustrations at the beginning of the story. Like, the artwork totally fits the story vibes. Like, they're dark and creepy. And then as you read through the story, like in the like borders of the pages have art as well, which I love. And this is a soft touch cover, which I think I just love these. I don't know why. But yes, so I had to have this. The next mission is to acquire the other books. Completely opposite side of the spectrum. is Ramona and Visas. This is one of my childhood favorites that I'm rereading because I'm doing that too. I have a series of childhood favorites that I'm rereading. So I started at kindergarten back in March, I think, and now we're doing first grade. I didn't finish first grade in April, so we're still doing first grade. This is the last book that I have to read from my first grade favorites, and then next month we'll do second grade, and so on until senior year of high school. So it should be a good time. You get to go on this journey with me of nostalgia. I can already tell you that not all of these have aged well, this one included, and I was like, oh dear, a regular like first to third grader would be so confused by some of the language in this book. It's not bad, but I was like, that would be confusing if I was a third grader today. Good example, the children's librarian mentioned in this book is supposed to be so gay and happy, and I'm like, okay, that would take some explanation for a kid growing up today, because LGBTQ plus, like, that's a thing now. I don't think it was when this was originally written. I'm pretty sure this is like a reprint, because of the language. Like, it reads like it was written in like the 50s or 60s, and yes, it was written in 1955, so like nothing wrong with that, but like, you're gonna need to explain some things if you let your kid read this, because they're gonna be like, what? Why does that matter? Like, why is that good for her? Okay, mom, like, you know, but I'm enjoying it so far. Like, lots of nostalgia. I just need to sit down and finish it. I'm a little less than halfway. It won't take that long to finish it. I just I've been very distracted. It's not even that I don't have time, I'm just distracted. So yeah, the next book, completely back to the other side of the creepy spectrum, apparently that's just the mood lately, is The Ghostwoods Song by Erica Waters. I saw this on someone else's YouTube, and I was like, that looks interesting, I want to read it. I don't know much about it other than that it's set somewhere in the South. It's described as a gorgeous, creepy gem of a book, probably right up there with the Hazelwood, and it is set in the kid's name is Shady Grove. I was like, it's set in Shady Grove. No, that's the kid's name. Shady Grove is her father's daughter through and through, and she inherited his riotous curly hair, his devotion to bluegrass, and his ability to call ghosts from the grave with his fiddle. Again, don't mess with things you don't understand, but gonna read it. The cursed instrument drowned with him. Ooh, when his car went off the road, taking with it the whispering ghosts, nightmares, and the grief and obsession that forced her daddy to play. Yeah, dark and creepy, but probably delicious. The person that I saw on, like, the other YouTuber that I saw was reading this said it is like creepy southern magic, which I don't know. I've been craving that too. Like, I don't think it's voodoo, but like, you know what I mean? Like creepy southern swamp magic. Like, not necessarily voodoo, but like that other brand of creepy, you know? But I've been recently wanting to read something like that with like some other creepy magic system, you know? Excited for this. I might also like listen to the audiobook like simultaneously, because the other person, I think it was Books and Lala, I'll try to link their channel. They said it was like the audiobook was really good as well, so I might do that. Then hit like and subscribe. I do multiple part videos now, apparently. Always have, always will, I guess. Yeah, bye.